who else wants to do what they love, make money doing it, and have a powerful positive impact on people's lives in the process? Isn't that a dream? It sounds great, right? But maybe right now it feels more like you're fighting gravity just to get by, just to pay the bills, while other people seem to have mastered the secrets of gravity and have it working for them. Look at Bill Gates or the Google guys. Hi, I'm Paul Sterling, and I'm a long-term admirer of the works of the late Buckminster Fuller. That's why I'm working with Peter Meyerson of Genie.org to set up this series of teleseminar interviews with 5 very successful people. What these 5 people all have in common is that Buckminster Fuller was their teacher and their mentor. Bucky taught them these secret principles, and now, after 2 years of working behind the scenes, Peter and I have convinced them to share these principles with you. The reason they are willing to do this is because these calls will also serve as a fundraiser and an awareness raiser for a nonprofit organization called Genie.org, G-E-N-I. So what's in it for you, and why should you do everything in your power to listen to these calls? Hey, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. You see, you'll get to eavesdrop in on 5 phone calls where Alex Mandossian will grill these entrepreneurs to uncover these generalized principles that they have learned from Bucky so that you can learn them too and apply them in your life. Here are some of the key ones you'll hear about: the principle of synergy, processional effect, leverage, ephemeralization, mass attraction, and much more. Want to know how to apply them? Hey, I guess you're going to have to sign up and listen in on the calls. Your first speaker has sold 112 million books so far, and he is headed for 1 billion books. That's an awful lot of books. His name is Mark Victor Hansen. He's one of the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul. He'll talk to you about his 7 years of traveling with Bucky and how that mentorship basically changed his life. Next, you're going to hear from D.C. Cordova about how she used Bucky's principles to create an international business school. People around the world pay thousands of dollars to her organization to learn how to apply Bucky's principles to business. They have had over 65,000 students so far, and now even have offices in China. Then there's Marshall Thurber. Marshall is one of Bucky's protégés and one of his friends. Marshall is a consultant, a public speaker, and a recovering attorney. But don't tell him I said that last part. Anyway, he has created a series of life-changing workshops. The Money and You series, The Accounting Game, The Future of Business, which was the essence of Dr. Deming's work, the guy who transformed Japan, The Positive Deviant Network, and most recently he did a workshop with Mark Victor Hansen called Flight to Genius. Some of his students include motivator Tony Robbins, and also the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. The next speaker, and if you have kids, you're going to love this one, is Bobby DePorter. She's going to talk about applying what she learned from Bucky to change the way kids learn about learning. She's developed an amazingly successful super camp program that brings back the joy, excitement, and natural curiosity of learning. And finally, you're going to hear from Tom Crum. Tom is an Aikido master and the co-founder of WinStar organization with the late John Denver. And he is also a corporate trainer on the art of embracing and understanding conflict rather than running from it. As you can tell, each of these speakers is doing something very different in their lives, but what they have in common, they are all incredibly successful while doing what they love. And here's the really cool part. It's possible that you can do it too. Learn what they learn, apply what they've applied, and you might be the next one we're interviewing. What I want you to do next is go to www.onfullerliving.com and enter your name and email into the form and hit send me the dial-in info. And then we will mail you the info on how to get on this call along with your very own secret passcode so you can listen in. And if you listen in live, you can listen for free. So do it now. And this is Paul Sterling saying thank you for listening. And take a moment now to go check out this project that Buckminster Fuller inspired with this great question. How do we make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological damage or disadvantage to anyone? That's a great question.